It's a two-generation family of prosthetists that are from Cape Girardeau. It's Cobb Prosthetics, and they even offered equipment that they have and prosthetic making components, and made a drive with me and helped donate these. Some is being lent and some is being donated, and we drove it to Chicago, and it's being air freighted to Poland. Some of the prosthetics are going to follow, but this was like the machinery to craft it. There is going to be like a two-part process for making these prosthetics. There is going to be a CAD/CAM, like a three-dimensional printing, and then there's also a part of it that is sculpting, because it's a very individual process and it has to be made to fit very well.
You were in Poland in April, was that
Yes.
right? Okay, so your visit there, is that what gave you the idea of like we need prosthetics, we need, this is one thing that was a need? Is that what kind of?
One of the things, because I've stayed involved. I went there initially with August Mission, and there are several aid agencies that I've been helping, because I've been so heartened by all these people who have reached out to help bring water purification, bring supplies in, and I was in Poland and Ukraine. So I've been working as an advisor and staying pretty plugged in with augustmission.org and aspinaid.org, and they are of Utah and Colorado respectively. And so it's time to go again, and people have started this hospital project because there is such a great need of wounded people, civilians and military, who are being wounded daily in the 6-month-long now crisis going on in Ukraine.
So the United States and other NATO countries are sending millions, billions of dollars worth of equipment. There's what the governments are sending over, and then there's what the NGOs are sending over, and that's kind of where you've kind of been involved in as far as the NGOs. Are we getting our money's worth? I mean, is the equipment, is the help getting to where it needs to be, or is there still some bottlenecks around in the area?
There is so much that's going over. There is so much good that's being done. Can things be streamlined even better? Yes. For as much of a thrash as this is, with everyone helping, I've seen Jaws of Life going over, drones, appliances, bulletproof gear, plates and sleeves, all different weapons that you're talking about in the formal sense from the governments, but the NGOs have jumped in and sent so much over. But yeah, there could definitely be more streamlined and a little bit better process.
You spent a lot of time over there before all this happened, and I know from my time there, there's a lot of pride as far as the country goes. And I know that when this started, there was this idea that they were going to cut and run. So this is not Afghanistan, as we've learned now, this is not Afghanistan by any stretch of the imagination. You've got citizens there who are standing up and willing to do the fight. I mean, did that kind of surprise you, or kind of what?
It didn't surprise me, but I do think in a general sense the will of the Ukrainian people was underestimated. And just like you're saying, in terms of how people are helping, I had wanted to bring up this other example as well, because there is not enough body armor and the plates to put into the body armor. So they have steel mills working, and they're cutting. It's way heavier than ordinarily would be, but they are making their own kind of steel.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's good. Some people say ceramic breaks up all at once, but steel can take more rounds. So this is the somber things we're thinking of.